Rachel's with us in Miami, Florida. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I'm so happy to be on here. I've been listening to you guys for a while. So I have a car that's worth about $2,000, but I owe $2,900 on it, and I'm not sure whether to repair it or sell it and then get a new one. Couple caveats: it is under my mom's name, and other than that, the car is running, but there's no AC, and I'm in Miami, and it's pretty hot, and all the quotes to fix the AC, et cetera, are running about to $1,000.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Mazda CX-7. It's like a mini SUV.
What's your income?
So right now, my income is about $2,000 a month, but I have about $12,000 in savings. But I am interviewing for a management consulting company, so I'm interviewing right now for a job that will give me about $160,000. But again, I'm interviewing.
It's a big jump.
That's a little change.
Well, yeah. I'm normally a freelancer, so I decided, well, I'm a freelance consultant. So I was like, you know what, let me just go for actually working for a consulting company like McKinsey or Boston Consulting Group.
Okay. Wow. All right. I sure hope you pull that off. That'll be amazing. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Excellent. Okay. Well, go back to your original question on the car itself. The formula on a car, regardless of what's owed on it, if do I fix the car? You ask yourself, what can I sell the car for today, and what can I sell it for if I fixed it? If the difference is not equal to the repair, you sell it now without fixing it. So let me give you an example. Okay, you said the car is worth $2,000. If you spend $1,000 on it, does it make it worth $3,000? No, it probably doesn't.
No, not according to CarMax, which I talked to them and they were like,
CarMax is not selling. CarMax is buying the car from you at wholesale.
Yes.
They're buying it from you where they can resell it and make a profit. A car like you've got should be sold to an individual and you can make more on it. So you need to go to kellybluebook.com, kbb.com, and look and see what this car is worth on a private sale. So you put it on Craigslist and you sell it to somebody. Okay? And let's use those numbers. Now, you do have $1,000 worth of repairs to do to it. I do not think that the $1,000 worth of repairs is going to make the car worth $1,000 more on a $2,000 or a $3,000 car. I don't think that's going to happen. So you're probably going to sell it as is, and you're going to have to write a check in order to do that. If you sold it for $2,000 and you owe $2,900, you have to write a check for the $900 difference, right?
Yes.
And then you got to write a check and buy a car.
Yes, which I'm definitely afraid of because I do only have $12,000 and I haven't landed the new job, and I just want to make sure that I don't put myself in a weird situation.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. I would spend no more than $4,000 or $5,000 on a car in this situation. And then if you start making $160,000 in a year, take that $5,000 car and buy you a $15,000 car. But you save up and pay cash for it either way.
Okay.
So if you sell this car and you write $5,000 out, and you go buy another little used car of some kind. So you should probably, if you're going to do that, two things I think of is one, find a good local independent mechanic that will charge you a small fee for inspecting the car and looking it over for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, do you have, if you're in a church, do you have some older guys in the church that might help you in this purchase? Or do you have an uncle or a dad or something that might help you in the purchase? It is not that you're not capable, but sometimes people around the car business might treat a 33-year-old lady differently than they would a crusty old dude.
Well, and if it's your first time doing it.
My dad. It is, because would be the first car under my name. It's either been a company or my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would your dad go with you and look at it with you and give you advice and also kind of back the doobs off on the car lot to where you actually get a good deal?
Yeah, I could go with my dad or my boyfriend.
Yeah, either one.
Probably my boyfriend.
Either one's fine. And I'm not being sexist, but I'm telling you that people in that business might be. I think you're perfectly capable of doing it. I just don't want you to get mistreated, and I want you to get the best possible deal. And so I'm going to use every technique in the book.
Well, and if you've never done it before, Rachel, like you're saying, then you wouldn't even know if you were being taken advantage of or not. If I, bought a car when I was 22 or 23 or something when it was my first time, I didn't know the first time. I had to ask everybody, do research, bring people with me. By this point, I've bought and sold several cars, so I'm confident going into that type of environment, and I know what to ask, and I know when someone's trying to, be shady. But if it's your first time, you wouldn't know how to do that. And so, just having all the help in your corner is a great idea.
Yeah.